It's only been 2 months since the episode came out. This is fine. We're never on time.
Yeah.
I still haven't finished the Batman vidcast finale. I have that recorded. I've had it recorded for a month. I still haven't fucking finished it. I've been lazy. Yeah. Star Wars. We're talking about the season.
I assume this season finale.
I heard the viewership numbers wasn't great, but it also cost way less money than like the Acolyte. So
yeah, I could see it either way.
Skeleton Crew. I finally watched the finale today. We're recording this March 7th. The episode came out 2 months ago. Rein, I think, watched this within a week of it coming out. I had just gotten back from New York. I was in pre-production on 2 different movies. I was busy.
I was out of town too, so that makes sense. We were both busy with life.
You worked on one of those movies.
Yeah, that's true.
But we're here to talk about episode 8, The Real Good Guys. I thought the show stuck the landing.
Yeah, I think if the best way to sum up my thoughts on the episode is it's like it felt very just a little too straightforward. Like everything was just very quickly and neatly wrapped. This wasn't a problem, but like it I definitely needed to quickly skim through and buffer through the video today because it's like there wasn't too much. It was so simple that I was like, I must be forgetting everything. But then I was like, oh wait, no, that's pretty much all that happens. They flip the switch. The good guys come in, bad guy gets taken, and that's not a super overly simplified summary of the episode.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of our predictions kind of just came true. I was calling at Adam being run by a droid. I think I called that. Yeah. I didn't call it apparently just being like common knowledge with the adults that it was a droid running the show. That kind of surprised me. Stephen Fry showing up to voice the supervisor was fun. I liked it. I do agree that it wrapped up like incredibly neatly. I think it was interesting that Joe Knotwood just went straight to like, I'm the emissary, I'm supposed to be here. And the adults being like, yep, this makes sense. You know, another thing I actually really liked was that, you know, you'd think the droid leader wouldn't know shit and would be easily manipulated and tricked. And then the droid's like, you know, it's interesting. The last message I got from the Republic that the Jedi were all traitors. So which is the lie? That you work for the Republic as an emissary or you're a Jedi? And I was like, oh shit, that's kind of sick.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a nice moment. I think my favorite moment from the episode was where we finally, I mean, it was really simple and also not pretty standard, I guess, for these Padawan characters, but like his backstory, getting to hear that and just like how it reflects like his outlook, you know, it was a nice little moment.
It's kind of interesting that, you know, in this like post Order 66 thing, we hear a lot of stories about these Jedi that survive taking on Padawans and them training them up to be great Jedi in their own right. And in this scenario, what we got was someone, you know, a Jedi master finding like another Jedi to train and it not going super great. And like it just like she died within like a week and barely was able to train him of anything. That was kind of cool. Interesting. He was just a Force user that didn't get the proper training and was morally questionable. It kind of rocked. Yeah. I don't know. There's not much to say because it just kind of wrapped up really neatly. I agree. Almost too neatly. Yeah. But I mean, in general, I liked it. I thought all the kids had at least one nice moment. I think John Watts did a good job directing this episode. I really wanted to single out, obviously, like it's very surface level visual storytelling, but the whole KB sitting in a literal pile of treasure, but all anyone cares about is KB. I mean, it's obvious, but it's sweet. It's a good visual metaphor.
It's a cute show. Yeah. I don't know any kids personally, but I am curious. Like,
sorry, that caught me off. I don't know any kids. You sound like someone like the police are cornering on you. I'm sorry, that's just like some kind of, I don't know any kids. Like, buddy, we're arresting you for shoplifting.
But yeah, because I don't know any I don't know any relatives or friends with kids. But like I do wonder what kids if they watch this, like what they would think.
I did something dangerous. I went to the Star Wars subreddit to read people's reactions to this. They mostly like it in there, by the way, so that's kind of nice. The horrible fans also like this, so that's good.
I was going to say it's something interesting about this show. Something definitely very pleasant about this show is that while maybe the anti-fans or like the chud fans of Star Wars, like maybe they don't necessarily like this show, but they went easy on the kids show. Like weren't like, hey, we have to make this one a problem too. I think I haven't seen too many Star Wars woke crew. I think
even though like one of the kids had gay parents, it's like nobody really cared.
Yeah, thankfully the show got spared of that.
The reason I bring up the subreddit is that I read some reaction from parents, Star Wars fans of children, and talking about how their kids loved it, or like, I specifically read a comment that said my 9-year-old daughter loves Star Wars now and wants to watch all things Star Wars because of this show. And I'm like, you know what? This is kind of like good entry level Star Wars. If you like want to introduce your kid to Star Wars, this is a pretty nice way to do it. It's not like, also a nice way to do it would be the original trilogy. That also works. But if they're not like into like the fantasy sci-fi thing, maybe they'll be more into pirate shit. Yeah,
that's true.
And I like my pirate shit. It was good. I wish I could say more. It was good. I like Star Wars again now, I guess. So that's cool. Thank you, Skeleton Crew. This is only going to last until Andor Season 2 comes out. And it's so much better than everything else. And I go, damn it, I don't like Star Wars again.
I think the show is good enough that when I'm like, while I'm watching it and shortly after that, I'm like, yeah, Star Wars, you know what? Star Wars is fine. It's nice. Star Wars can be nice. But I think there's just a little too much negativity surrounding the franchise, like just the fans and all that that feeling only lasts so long. But Andor Season 2, I agree. That'll make me just George Lucas with a copy of Capital or whatever.
I think the annoying thing about Star Wars right now is it's trying to be a lot like Marvel, and I don't like that in of itself. But also in the sense that Marvel, when you talk about Marvel online, you kind of fall into one of like two camps traditionally. You're either along for the ride, or you think it's the second coming of the Antichrist, right? The problem with Star Wars is that both the slop enjoyers and the slop haters think Star Wars is currently the second coming of the Antichrist. Nobody's happy about Star Wars right now, which makes it infinitely more miserable to try and talk about.
Yeah. But man, I can't wait for Andor Season 2. That's the worst thing to happen to Skeleton Crew.
When I started watching, I watched Daredevil Born Again finally today, and like before the second episode, a trailer for Andor played, and I went, Daredevil Born Again, thankfully, very, very good. So like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm reminded of the best show ever. Let me watch this bullshit now. But Andor's gonna be great. Skeleton Crew's good though. I hope we get another season. I'd like to see these kids again. I like them all. I like that Wynn finally had like a worthwhile moment and like really had like, because he's the one that was most like, we gotta save everybody, and I was like, you get it, kid.
Yeah, no, it was nice. He finally got a moment. It took him the whole season to finally stand out in an interesting way, but he kind of did it. Stuck in landing. I feel like I feel those are all my points.
Yeah, I don't have too much to say. I'm sorry, other than I can't believe this took us so goddamn long.
Sorry, we were too busy having lives.
Yeah, I'm too busy. Bomb Squad's been going through a bit of a transformative period lately. We've already announced one member that joined the team. I don't know when we'll announce the other person that's joined the team, but do keep an eye out for that.
Yes.
We've shot 2 movies. We're in pre-production on other ones. It's busy.
Yeah. You know who else is busy? You. Probably.
Look at this autofocus shit. Look at that. You. I just discovered I could do that the other day. It's so fun. The person watching / listening to this episode of Bomb Squad, Skeleton Squad crew, your Miranda rights. Thank you so much for watching. If you're listening on any of the audio platforms we're on, thank you so much for listening. Leave us a review. It boosts us in the algorithm. And if you are listening, how about you mosey on down over to our Patreon, where the $5 tier gets you access to commentary tracks. We just released one for Swiss Army Man. We have one recorded, ready to go for the 2003 Daredevil movie director's cut, a movie that Rein and I did not enjoy revisiting. So if you want to be in misery with us, check that out. And the $10 tier gets you a shout out. So Tanya Kraft, my mother, thank you so much. You bring me one step closer to not actively losing money on this enterprise every month. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Comment below and let me know. Did you think Skeleton Crew was a good show? Do you think the finale stuck the landing? Who was your favorite character throughout the show? What is Joe Nawood going to do now? And finally, Andor Season 2. That shit's going to fucking rock, right? Comment below and let me know. And while you're down there, hit the like button so you know how much you like us. Hit the subscribe button so you know how much you love us. And hit the bell icon to know exactly when we upload new videos. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for Daredevil vidcast series. That should be a lot of fun with maybe multiple special guests. It should be fun. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.
I slid my ticket across the table and I said, "Sorry guys, I gotta see about a girl."